Alrighty, guys. Good morning. It's April 16th, 2025. We took a win today, boys. We took a very nice win, about 42 points. This is the live trade. You can see we had a bearish leg after open, kind of like a manipulation, then continuation downward, took out some weekly sell side, and then that's where I was looking for my entry. I got a really nice entry off of a combined fair value gap on the 1 minute. We had a higher time frame sweep and a lower time frame re-sweep. Really nice. And then a nice bullish wick off of that. Close over. I didn't enter at the close of the candle that I would have entered at normally, because I saw it start running without me, and I knew just based off the other confluences that if I entered at the close I would get a worse entry, which in turn would have led to higher break even and just a lower RR trade. So I did enter a little bit early, but I could already see some of this stuff in foresight, so it was okay. But yeah, we stopped our runner. Our last contract was a runner. Just wanted to see how high we wanted to go in this area, or in this time, but we got 2 off at 42 points, so it was a good trade. So here's the live charts right now. As you can see, going into the morning, or going into open, I was a little bit unsure of the bias, to be honest. We had this big gap here. We came in touched around consequent encroachment during the overnight session, and I knew there was this void up here. Yeah, maybe this is a draw, but we were just so far at open. We were all the way down here at open. So everything in the candles was telling me we wanted to go short first. So I was initially long, but then realized, okay, we need to take some sell side before we go back up, which was good because that's exactly what we ended up doing. If I go to the 5 minute here, you can see at open we kind of had this manipulation leg up, took out some relatively equal highs, all this LRLR, tapped into these. This is 2 5 minutes, but on the 15 minute, it's just one big 15 minute fair value gap. You can see the bodies respect the fair value gap entirely on the 5 minute, and on the 15 minute you can see this wick is just extremely bearish, and that was a huge indicator for me that shorts were about to hit. Drop down to the 1 minute. You can see here, right here, I wanted to short this on the 2 minute. As you can see, this is the 1 minute. There's just no fair value gap on the 1 minute here for any sort of a good entry. But on the 2 minute, we did have this nice fair value gap right here. The only problem with this, and which kind of plays into why I ended up not taking this trade, is one, we just swept this low, and we left equal highs above. If we had swept this even just a little bit, I would have been a lot more confident in taking this. Another reason is this is just a big ass gap, and that would have forced me to put my stop loss pretty high. I would have had to put it up here, and it would have been like a 30-point stop, and I wanted to take a larger position today, at least relatively speaking. in terms of the past couple weeks, I've been taking like 1 or 2 micros. I wanted to take at least 3 today, so I wasn't really willing to risk that much. But it ended up playing out, and at my break-even point, what my break-even point would have been, we wouldn't have gotten stopped out anyway. It would have played out for 84 points, so that would have been a really good trade. But just certain things didn't align, and I didn't want to, like recently I've been kind of letting that stuff slide, and then I end up losing the trade because of 1 or 2 things that I had seen, but I was like, it's okay. So today I really wanted to just make sure I had all the confluences, my rules were present, and my mind was present. And so it's okay. I had a little bit of FOMO. Like, I'm going to just be completely honest. I had FOMO, but I was able to control it, and that's what matters. Came down, swept this sell side here. And you can see on ES, we did not sweep the sell side. So taking this long, I also had that in mind. This is a higher time frame, SMT here. And we filled this big gap over here, and that's kind of where I decided that this resweep on the lower, on the 1 minute, was the last resweep we would have needed. Because normally you want to, like, at least in my eyes, I want us to come down, sweep a low on a higher time frame, kind of rebalance just a tiny bit, then resweep with momentum and immediately V-shape back in the opposite direction, targeting opposing side liquidity. But because we filled this like this big ass gap, I already kind of counted that, and we swept equal lows here, so I didn't need a resweep on this low. We've already taken out a ton of lows, filled the gap, and there's no reason that, there's just not very much of a necessity for this to be reswept. Had we reswept it and had the momentum and everything, sure, that's fine as well, but just in my mind, it wasn't one of the top priority confluences for me in this trade. But yeah, just high time frame sweep, mini resweep, inversing, entered about halfway on that candle. I saw the, like, boom, boom, boom. I knew it was about to take off, so didn't want to have a terrible entry. And then, yeah, so this is actually what it looked like. I recently, I like to target at least 40 points, so I put my TP about 42 points, just under this here, consequent encroachment of this swing high wick right here. And you can see it actually was a great decision, because had I put it at this high here, I wouldn't have hit full TP for the 2 micros, and I would have come back and gotten stopped at break even. So sometimes, and this is just personal preference, but I like to put it more towards the body or consequent encroachment of the wick, depending on the scenario. And this was one of those situations where I knew, okay, maybe, like, yeah, this should have been hit, and it did get hit in the trade. It did what I wanted initially. It took out these equal highs at the top, just the stuff I was seeing after open. But yeah, I guess this is just something that I've learned over the course of my journey. Sometimes it's just safer and better if you already have a good amount in the target to just put it a little bit lower. And you can see it saved me and allowed me to get a really nice trade. And then my third micro, you can see, stopped out in profit right here. It's I got stopped about 12 points in profit, so not bad at all, not a bad trade. And yeah, that was the trade for the day. I'm gonna hop off the charts. Got some homework to do, some projects to work on. So I hope you guys had a good morning. I appreciate you supporting me and watching the video. Let me know if you guys have any questions, or if you want to see some sort of like a change in the content. This is pretty laid back, as you can probably tell. I don't really have any expectations with this. It's just a good way for me to reevaluate myself, my mind, and my trading every day. So thanks again, and have a good day, guys.